What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This will be episode 2 of our Project R1. As you can see, we have that beautiful Acra exhaust. I'm not sure if this is titanium or stainless. It did have a little bit of bluing to it, but that could have just, that could have been the stainless. I don't know exactly how many miles were put on this exhaust. It wasn't too dirty, but as you can see, that polish job came out like mint. It came out so good. So this can does have a little bit of rash, unfortunately, over there. You can see right there. Let me zoom in a bit. You can see right there, it does have some rash. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, but I actually have something that's going to cover this so that you won't even see it. But other than that, the exhaust is in really good shape. Look at that thing. It's like a freaking mirror. It came out so good. Especially the link pipe going up to the muffler. I made sure I spent extra time on this to get this thing super clean. So yeah, really happy with how this came out. So there is 7 parts to this exhaust. You got the 4 header parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 2 link pipes, 5, 6, and then the long center part over here. So that's 7. Each one of these parts probably took me about an hour to an hour and a half to get it to that current condition. It just takes a long time to get this thing stupid clean, and then when I was polishing it, obviously that takes some time too, but yeah, as you can see, it's a mirror finish, so it almost looks like the exhaust is chrome. So either way, if this is stainless, it's gonna still have a nice shine to it, even though it will turn that yellowish color, which is fine, but I'd rather have it be shining and looking really good than just looking really dirty and crappy. But I got this exhaust with a gas tank for stupid cheap. I got this thing for, let's see, the exhaust and the gas tank was $200 locally. So with that being said, if you split it down, the tank 100, the exhaust 100, super steel. Like I drove, I think probably like 3 hours one way, 3 hours back, but so worth it. Or it was 2 hours or something like that. But either way, like I said, I spent probably, I'm gonna think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 7 parts, at least an hour per part, maybe an hour and a half. So probably like 10 hours to get this exhaust in the current condition that it's in, but totally paid off for sure. It looks really good. Obviously, we're missing the Acra sticker. You can see that it was there. So I'm going to try to find a replacement for it. I believe it's like a 7 or 8 inch long one, so I'll start looking for that. It's probably going to be like a $30 sticker, but hey, that's okay. We want to get it to look back to the original like it should be, but obviously we have the hanger, and this side's really not that bad. I used some SC1 on there. There's some little marks and stuff, but I think I may be able to use some compound or something to get that back to where it needs to be, but we'll worry about that last, as obviously this will be the last part I put on, and then like I said, this part, clean it up a little bit, but we do have a cover that will literally cover from here, or it may go up to here or something, but it will cover all this, so I won't end up seeing it on the bike, because that was the only bummer. I was like, I saw that and I was like, oh man. But anyway, so that's how I got the price for it so cheap, just because I knocked the guy down. But look at this exhaust, guys, how incredible that turned out. This part, I probably could have done a better job. As you can see, this has a little bit more of a mirror finish from this part and the header parts, but you really aren't going to see that part. Plus, this was the most dirtiest part. But either way, it came out really good. Super happy with it. So now we'll start getting back to the bike. I got most of the radiator just kind of hanging here with the hoses. I'm actually going to take out all the antifreeze so I can get that out. I could probably get in here for the most part to get most of the stuff, but I want to really just take the radiator off so that I could get a much better grip in here and just be able to make sure that these things, because these things are a little bit rusty. I have been spraying some PB Blast around these things, and I've been letting it sit, and then I've been spraying them again. I'll probably do that again after I get this completely out and off the bike. I'll probably spray them again, because obviously if I crack these things, I'm screwed. So not trying to do that. But yeah, I mean, let's zoom in over here. Look at how bad and cracked this exhaust is. That's just like one part. It's like literally almost about to fall off, but look at how bad that is, guys. Crazy. And like I said, obviously down here, it's all cracked. But all right, I'm going to go drain the antifreeze. It is actually that thing right there. That is a 10 millimeter, I believe, or a 12, one of the two. But I'm going to go take that off now and start draining the antifreeze. So this bolt is a 10 millimeter, just so we know. So we'll crack this and then let all the antifreeze out. That's basically off. I already know this is going to go all over the place, so I got to get ready. man, I'm not looking forward to this. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, so we'll let this drain in there. Antifreeze looks a little dirty, not too crazy. Actually got a little bit of antifreeze on my head right now because it was just splashing, but that's okay, not a big deal. Just gotta hold this thing and let it do its thing. Let's see, can I put this over here? There we go. Sweet. Okay, I'm actually gonna open the cap on the radiator to let this drain some more and get some more stuff out of there. This is good though, because we're flushing the antifreeze, and obviously we'll get some distilled water and flush it out before we put the new stuff in. All right, I got all the hoses out. I got this plastic thing over here just to protect the fender and obviously the radiator. This is all loose now. I gotta unplug the fan, so let me do that real quick. It is the black and blue wire. Okay, that's done. Still got to get this out of there. So, all right, now she's starting to come down. Probably gonna have antifreeze going all over the place, but it's all right. Try to carefully remove this thing without damaging the fins. And I'm stuck on the clutch cable. Okay. There that goes. All right. All right, cool. Now we have full access to everything. This will make it so much more easier to get these things off because they do look a bit seized. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the PB blaster and spray it on everything to get these things all lubricated so we could try cracking the nut. I really don't want to break these things because then I don't even know if you can get these anymore. So like I said, I'm going to go spray the PB blaster on it and let it sit overnight, and then we'll get back to this tomorrow. All right, guys, so 24 hours has passed. The PB blaster actually did a really, really good job. Let it sit over these things. I coated them really good, let it sit overnight. They all cracked and they're all loose now. I did take off 2 of the nuts already, but I will have to clean these up just because they're a little bit dirty. So this should be all set. I'm gonna go on the other side, take off the muffler. We'll unplug the X up, and then we can start taking off this whole thing. But let me first go on the other side and we'll start taking off the muffler. To get the muffler off, usually there's a clamp right here. You would unscrew that. Usually there's a gasket between the header and this muffler pipe. I already took off the gasket, so this will just slide right off. And then obviously we'll take off our bolt over here. And this will just slide right off. Okay, that's all set. Now on this part over here, there's usually a grommet and a washer, but this thing is missing it. So before we put the new exhaust on, we'll have to get a new grommet and I guess you could call it a collar. It's not really a washer, it's basically a collar. Besides that, there is supposed to be a bracket that goes right over here. I already took it off. It holds the X-up wires in place, so I already took that off. Now there's going to be 2 bolts over here, which I believe are 8 or 10 millimeter, that holds on this servo motor. And then there's a plug in the back of it. It's going to be kind of hard to see on camera, so I'm just going to end up taking this off, and then I'll unplug it. We'll get a servo body. We'll plug that into the harness that the X-up plugs into so we don't have any error codes on the dash. And then we could take off this whole header assembly. So I figured I would show you guys where the bolts are in the X-up, just because if you're not sure, it's kind of a pain. Obviously, if you look through this rear set, there is one bolt right there. I already took it off. It has a washer, and it does have a nut on the back. So when you're taking this out, you gotta grab the nut from the back, and it will basically fall down when that's loose enough. So then I gotta get that other one back there, so you can see the 2 bolts right here and right there. That one I may have to get a wrench, and I may have to go through this side over here to probably get that out. Or a swivel or something. Maybe a swivel will work, but I should be able to just bend this down now for the most part. And then there is a wire. Let's see if I can... What the hell is it? If you see right under there, there's the clip, and that's the harness. So you unplug that, and then you'll plug your servo body into there. So I'm going to go take this off. All right, guys, so here's a little tip to get off that second bolt. So if we go on this left side, you can see there is the electrical wire that we'll have to unplug. And the nut is right above it to the left. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but anyway, the nut, I can't even get the camera in there. But the nut is a 10 millimeter and the bolt is 8. So take off the 10 millimeter nut from the clutch lever side to get that nut off first, and then you should be good to pull out the screw. We have our servo that is hanging now. Obviously it was attached up there. It just comes down. Here is the wiring. Let me see if I can get in there and show you. All right, so there's the clip. You'll push this part in like I did, and then just pry it out like that, and it will come right out. And then you can plug in the servo body into the wiring harness over there. We have our 2 bolts here, which I'll actually put back in here in case I use this at a later date, or I may not use it at all. Obviously, here's the bracket that holds this on to right there. That's where this bracket would usually go, just like so. That would hold the wiring in place. So we'll put that away for a rainy day. We have our Graves servo buddy. I got this from sportbiketrackgear.com. I had some points and I got it a little bit cheaper, and it was also the cheapest one that I found online for this type of Graves Motorsports servo buddy. So I'm gonna go plug this into the wiring harness, which is right there, and then it will go up on here somewhere. Use the Velcro, or you can even use a zip tie to secure it on there. But I'll do that quick, install this thing, and I'll show you the finished product when it's on there. And just like that, we got it all set into place. So there is a little wire retainer you can kind of see in there. Yep, see that little retainer that's holding, it won't focus, but it holds the wire. And then this Velcro, it actually works pretty good, surprisingly. I highly doubt this is going to go anywhere. And like I said, if you want, you could always zip tie it for, you know, added insurance. But the Velcro that they supply with this is actually pretty darn good. It doesn't, like, if it's not falling off from that type of pressure, it's highly, I doubt it's going to go anywhere. But obviously, for good measure, you can always put a zip tie around it. But all right, so since that's done, let's start ripping off the headers.
It's your time. Don't be held back again.
All right, the exhaust is down. It is detached from the bike. I put this back on here just for the heck of it. But I just wanted to show you guys, like, obviously you saw how this part was cracked, but this thing is literally 100% cracked. It was only a hull down because it had that little mesh, and this thing, literally it would not be on there. And I'm sure the other ones, like that one, that's probably cracked as well. So yeah, pretty bad, right? But sweet, this is all set. We got our engine bay looking nice and clean. I actually want to clean up a little bit in there while I'm at it, because I'm probably not going to be able to get to those spots again. And then we'll start installing the new headers. So we got the springs off the exhaust. We're going to be installing header piece number 2 and 3 first, because those are the 2 middle pipes and they'll be the easiest to get to. As you can see, I started cleaning up the header bolts because this is how they look, all rusted and black. So this is how the outcome is going to be. It's going to be looking nice. And then I was thinking of getting new ones, and I was just like, oh, I'll just refurbish them. Why waste the money, right? These are still perfectly fine, and obviously they cleaned up really good. So as you can see, a big difference between that one and the one on the very left. So let me go clean that up and then put the number 2 and number 3 header onto the bike.
To resist your own limits, this fire is burning. Nothing's getting in the way.
All right, guys, so we got our full exhaust all on. Everything has a bunch of anti-seize. Actually put a little bit too much on, but it's better to wipe it off and have enough on there, so if you ever have to take it off later, it's going to be easy disassemble. This is looking sweet. Now, this thing was missing in here. It's a rubber grommet and a collar. So unfortunately, the collar is discontinued. I tried ordering a new grommet and the collar, and they said it was on back order, and then like 2 weeks later I get an email basically saying that this collar, which is this part right here, was discontinued. So I had to go on eBay and find a rear set, and now I'll just take the collar out of here with the grommet and put it into there, and then we can mount up our muffler. All right, collar's installed. I did slip the muffler on. I did clean up this part a little bit. You can see it doesn't look too bad. It's an eyesore though. As you can see, let me zoom in. Yeah, it's just an eyesore, guys. So I think I'm going to use that R&B cover that I got for it, and it will cover up all this, and it will kind of just be black into there. I mean, obviously it's going to make it look better because you won't see that. But overall, this is going to be sick. I can't wait to get this thing started. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Should I leave it as is with the little rash mark that's barely there? So I basically sanded it off. Or I'll put the cover on. Let me take this back off and I'll put the cover on and show you how it looks. So here's how it will basically look with the RNG cover. I said R&B. I don't know why I said that, but obviously it's RNG. They're obviously known for slide protection and stuff like that. So that would basically be how it will look. Like I said, it will cover up all that. So I don't think it's going to look too bad. Obviously, this is all bulged out because I didn't tighten it down yet. But like I said, it will cover it. So, and of course, it will protect the muffler in any type of accident if that happened. But I think I'm going to run this on there just to cover up that piece. I hate to do it, but it shouldn't look too bad, especially if once I polish up this part and this gets like a nice dark black to it. I think it will look good. So let me go install this and then we'll go through it on the bike. There is a little plastic or rubber strap that goes around where this basically clamp is to prevent any scratching. So if you get one of these, this is the oval one, and you'll see some pictures, and obviously it will fit on this exhaust. So let me go install this real quick off camera, and then we'll throw the muffler back on. So we have our cover installed. Obviously I could trim some of this to get this out of the way so it doesn't look like crap, but I think that will look pretty good on there. It protects it, and obviously it will get rid of that rash, as you can see. So not bad. Pretty good product, and it does fit very well. So props to RNG for a good protector. Here's how it looks when it's installed on the bike. A pretty decent cover. Like I said, it covers it up now. It's got protection, so I think that'll be pretty good. I think I'll just leave that on there. Sweet. All right, so I'm going to get my springs on here. Like I said, I'll end up clipping this extra part off because I won't need that, or I could just leave it. But overall, not too bad. Like once I get that acro stick on there and polish this up a bit, I think it will look really nice. All right, sweet. So that is all set. Muffler is good. I just gotta put my bolt in there. Fits like a glove. Nice. Loving that for sure. And obviously we have our nut and our back washer, which goes on last. All right, sweet. So there it is, guys. Our full exhaust completely installed 100%. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. The next video, I will start this thing up. It's pretty late right now, so I can't do it right now, but we'll start this thing up on the next video and get that going so you can hear how it sounds. It should sound great. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We have a lot more things coming for this bike. This thing is looking sweet. Look at that thing. That beautiful full Acura. I believe it's an Evolution exhaust. But yeah, very, very nice. I got to say, perfect fitment for sure. Wow, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I think that RNG cover does some justice. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this RNG cover. Obviously, it covers up the rash, so that's good. I mean, obviously, it's not like something that I would have. Obviously, if the muffler was not all scraped up, I wouldn't run it. But the fact that it is, it kind of covers it up, and it adds protection too. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.